Welcome back to another YOSTBUILT video. Sorry that I've been out of commission for a little bit. About 3 weeks ago, I got shot in the leg with a mortar. So I've been dealing with a lot of doctor visits and not being able to be at work. And about last week, I've finally been able to walk correctly again without any pain. So, you know, that's just a little short story of where I've been for the last 3 weeks. But today, we are at American Motorsports. We're about to fill up a nitrous bottle. We're gonna get a little bit of race gas. And today's video, if you haven't already seen in the description, is gonna be about dyno tuning the DA. This video has been long awaited. A lot of people have asked about it. Today, we are finally gonna put it on the dyno. We're gonna see what it makes. I know the whole Honda Build Challenge thing fell apart. Everyone kind of did their own things with their cars. So, you know, hopefully we can make 300 wheel horsepower, maybe 350, and get some great content for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy. Well, just got out of the American Motorsports. Got 4 gallons of 110. Got a fresh and clean nitrous bottle and filled. Now let's get back to the house and get to work on the DA. So I got a few things I need to tie up. I need to tie up the nitrous kit. I want to check over the motor, of course, oil, water, do everything like that, normal, that you would check on any motor before you do anything. But the DA's literally been sitting at my house for 2 or 3 months now. I started up and cycle it every once in a while. I do have 1000cc injectors for it, which are also not in it yet, and I do have a Demon ECU, which is also not in it yet. So once we get to the dyno tonight, there'll be a little time in between where we have to, you know, set up the ECUs, put in the injectors, make sure everything is good, and then we'll send it. So let's get to the house, let's get to work, and hopefully tonight's a good night. All right, well, we got the front bumper off the DA. We got everything cleaned out of the inside of the car. So right now it's just the seat, the computer, the nitrous feed line, bottle heater, 2 nitrous solenoids. The reason why I took the bumper off is because the dolly we're gonna use doesn't really play well with low cars. So take that off just so we don't damage anything. We got a 4-inch intake right there. Leave down in the comments below what you think my $1,500 budget build is gonna make for power. It'll get tuned first on our motor. Then of course we'll spray it. It is on 110 race gas, and it does have a 150 shot direct port kit on it. So I'm gonna get to the rest of the finish of the nitrous install. It's real simple. Gonna get fuel from here. Gonna set the nitrous bottle in the trunk, or actually in the passenger seat. Wire up the solenoids and put it on the micro switch. So put you on time lapse real quick and get to doing that. Alright guys, so basically the way I wired this nitrous kit is through a wide open throttle switch, which is this little micro switch right here. I have it ran directly down to power, and then I have the grounds ran right here to ground. So literally there's this little solenoid right here, and when you tap it, you'll hear that. And basically what happens is when you floor the gas right there, it's pretty much wide open throttle. Literally taps right there. So now we have our nitrous kit set up, and I made it so I can literally just unplug the power right here and turn the whole nitrous kit off. I don't want to add any extra wiring in the car, don't really care to. The car will usually, probably 99% of the time, be on nitrous. So now I'm just going to go over, bolt check everything, jack it up, make sure there's nothing loose. Alright, so I just tested for fuel leaks. We don't have any fuel leaks. Cycle the key once or twice more so we can make sure the fuel rail is full. I do have the nitrous bottle turned off right now. I put another 2 gallons in the car. As you can tell, we got half a tank of fuel. Let's see how she runs. So I would say we're ready for the dyno. Hopefully we can make some good power. So I made a post on Facebook basically asking what everyone thinks it's gonna make. So if you want to leave down in the comments below before we get to the dyno, if you're watching this part of the video, what do you think it's gonna make on motor? It is basically, if you haven't followed along, YCPs, Delta 272s, Edelbrock intake manifold, my custom header. That literally is all it's done to it. It still has OEM rods in it. It still has OEM bearings, clearances, everything is OEM. So I personally think it'll make like 175 on the motor, and it should make around 325 on the kit. That's my personal goal. If it makes over 300 on nitrous, I will be happy. For a $1,500 budget car, 300 horsepower in a low 1,800 pound car, should be good enough to go low 11s, high 10s, and around a 125 trap speed. So as long as it makes over 300 wheel, I'll be happy. But my friend just got off of work, so we're gonna get this thing loaded up and we're gonna get over to the dyno. Alright guys, so we had to use the jack and jack stands to get this thing up on there. We're just checking to make sure the car rolls good and everything. Yep. So now we're gonna head down to the dyno and hopefully this thing comes back in one piece. Well guys, we made it not even a quarter mile up the road and our freaking lights fell off. Yep, I don't think that's gonna be any good anymore. Well guys, we made it off the highway, and just like every other Florida day, it starts pouring down raining. As you can see, our lights fell down. We turned the corner and ripped the wiring out of the trailer. We're gonna have to redo the way we set up our dolly. But we're gonna get some McDonald's real quick, and then we're gonna hit the dyno.
It's just heavy, bro. It's still heavy. Yeah.
Full wheel disc. Alright guys, so we made it here to the dyno. We got Vaca on the dyno right now. What we're doing first is swapping out the injectors. The car has been running on the stock ECU and stock injectors for the past 3 months. So we're gonna put some RC Engineering 440s in it. It is on 110, and of course the nitrous kit is still there and active. We're actually warming up the bottle right now. So we're gonna get the injectors in, get the car on a base map, do a couple all motor passes, and then get to spraying the nitrous. Also, I'll insert a clip here. We have a special guest tonight. We have Mikkel's H22 hatch, which also has a direct pour nitrous kit on it. So we should be putting that on the dyno, and more cars might show up. We don't know, but we got the whole camp here, so we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so we've been on the dyno for a little bit. We've made a couple of pulls. So what it looks like is that AutoZone distributor is the signal for the distributor is a lot different than what the computer's reading. Our first couple pulls weren't even full pulls, and then with stock valve springs, we run out of valve spring and retainer around 7,500 RPMs, which I don't care about. I'm literally the only person that's stuck with the budget build. This car has, like I said, I think I did the math once, it was like $1,431 in the car besides the wheels. So, you know, and I also am the only one that ran under 450 injectors like the original build was called for. So we're about to get to dyno, and we just removed the thermostat because it was getting hot, and then we'll get to spraying it with nitrous. All right guys, first nitrous hit. Nitrous hit it. Spun the tires or the clutch. So now we're gonna add weight and try it again. It lifted the head. Alright guys, so the XTD will not hold on. We tried to rev it to somewhere around 5,000 RPMs and hit the kit, or rev it at 4,500 and hit the kit, and tried a bunch of different things. You can see right here, this is all the clutch. Made 207 torque, 203 horsepower. Should be, you know, somewhere around the 300 range, but like I said, I was the only one that followed the actual, you know, budget build rules, so I don't have head studs in the car, and I used the cheapest XTD clutch. So you know, I'm gonna have to find a real clutch for it and probably put a VTEC head on it and come back and try to aim for 400. But that'll be it for my car. I'm pretty sure we have one or two more cars gonna go on the dyno, and I'm gonna get some footage of those as well for you guys, so you have some good content, since my car the clutch doesn't hold. But hey, that's, you know, almost 60 something horsepower more on the motor than the original motor when we got the car, when our dynoed at 110 or 112 horsepower, and this is still the same block, same crank, and same rods. The only difference is this P8R head with of course YCP pistons and, you know, the bolt-ons that I have. So time to get the DA back on the tow dolly and get her back home, but we're going to continue with the dyno night and probably leave a little later. say the outcome of this video is that even if you do a budget build, they can make good power. Now, the clutch and lifting the head was not in the plans. I was actually expecting the rod to break. I was not expecting a brand new clutch to slip. And the head didn't really lift until we tried to make the third or fourth pull on the 150 shot, which, you know, it's just the clutch is slipping, so it kind of just not really putting the power down to the ground, so it's just shocking the motor. And, you know, the motor is revving 7,500, 8,000. On the all motor pulls, the car is actually really good. So the final number was like with smoothing on 5 was 170 something. The motor needs valve springs. If you look at the dyno graph, right at 7,400 RPMs, literally the car noses over. So basically that's an indication of valve flow. We can fix that. So I've been already thinking about this on the whole ride home. The dyno was about an hour from my house, so kind of been thinking of what I want to do next. Now that the budget build is kind of over, the Honda Build Challenge thing is kind of over, I'm going to probably put some head studs in this thing, at least a set of valve springs, and, you know, maybe take it back to the dyno just to get it to rev out. This thing should, and with the indications of how it was, you know, going with the power curve, if I can get it to rev at, you know, 80 to 100 RPMs, it should make around 180 wheel easily. In this car, you know, being 1,700 pounds or 1,800 pounds or under 2,000 pounds with a driver, that's good enough to go, you know, high 12 to low 13s pretty easily. You know, so that's not that bad. You know, but there'll be another video. Like I said, sorry about it being such a long time since I made a video after being basically shot in the leg with a mortar. Of course, I had a lot of doctor's appointments and stuff like that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until the next YOSTBUILT video, and as always, thanks to Carlos Tuning for the tune.